The next thing I wanted to touch on, this was a heated debate we had before the topic, y'all, before the show. Hopefully, the language stays clean, but just to make it make sense. So y'all already know. So y'all seen the no jumper, the issues they having over there. So they all about the content. Recently, fast rewind a little bit before that. Adam 22 had a damn. Can I say transvestite? Is that all right? I know I can't say. Transvestite on his show. Transsexual, right?
Transsexual.
I think that's okay.
Transgender.
There we go. Video dude with the answer. Had a transgender on his show, and she allegedly slept with House Phone. Another
one of his podcast mates.
Someone who works for him. So obviously that was an issue. And recently they had an episode of their podcast, and House Phone wasn't feeling the situation, and he threw a drink on Adam 22. And we was talking about it before, and I wanted to hear how we felt and hear how everyone felt about, do you think Adam was wrong for putting that out there, or is it fair game because House Phone is a public figure? Because he's doing public things, podcasts, YouTube,
I think
all that.
He been working with him since 2015, 2016.
Yeah, 7 years.
He should have called him before he did it.
I agree.
Before he put it out.
That was rough.
I think that's the right thing to do, because even though he wasn't on that episode, they have like a business relationship. So when they do episodes, I'm pretty sure House Phone gets some kind of money too, because he's in the podcast. But I think he definitely should have just checked on him and see and let him view it, because you definitely owe that much respect for somebody when you work with them for 6 to 7 years. Like, I don't think he should have threw a drink on him. That was some girly stuff. But
so let me ask, if you find out your friend is a fagoli, is it up to you to keep that in the tuck?
I'm in trouble.
Fiznayi, he's a Fiznayi. He's a Fiznayi.
But is that on you to hide it?
Is it okay? What'd you say?
I said, is it your job to hide? Well, not necessarily hide it, but not put it out.
It's out there. Listen, we all make our decisions. We all got consequences to our actions. He did what he did. Accept it. Yeah. That's how I feel about that subject. I'm sticking with it.
Both of y'all wrong.
Yeah.
Listen, I was just asking a question, but I stand y'all know how I feel about that. Like, that shit was wrong. Like, you cannot do that. Like we were saying before, if you have some secret, even if it's scandalous and it's gonna get us clicks, at the very least, I'm gonna at least have you on here to defend yourself. At the very least. It shouldn't even come out, but if we're gonna do that and you're okay with it, it's like, all right, at least come up here. If we're gonna get the clicks or the content or whatever, fuck it. Like,
that's crazy.
Defend yourself if that's where we want to go.
Yeah, you're right.
But if even if that's just your business partner, after 7 years, y'all gotta have there gotta be some type of boundaries. Like,
I have something to say. That's very important. I want to thank you. You know why? Because Cat Dollars is my brother, and we have talks, behind the scenes.
Of course.
It was an episode where I was just saying about my income, and I told him, when I spoke to him, I said, yo, take that out. Edit that out. And the same way he did that is the same way Adam 22 should have did that. That's behind the scenes for people who didn't know that.
No, I think he's corny for that, first of all.
Yeah, it was bad.
Who are you, the out police? Who are you to be putting people's, personal information out there? If that
for
is...
a couple views, right?
If that's the case, then public are going to find out on their own. But for you to do that, it's like now you have some kind of reputation. It's like you doing things for likes. It's corny.
Yeah, it's nasty. Like, I don't want to be the breaking news police, but we say a lot of inappropriate shit, y'all. So when I get into the editing room, sometimes some stuff gotta come out. Yeah. Sometimes certain names, and listen, we keep it real. Like, we don't come in here and cap. We keep it real, but when you talking about someone else, that's not for you to tell their story, truth, or whatever is going on. At least have them on. You could tell it without naming names. You feel me?
He should have had House Phone on with her, like,
at least, yeah.
Go back at it and he could have threw a drink on the man and the man could have threw a drink back on him.
Yeah, right.
People who don't fight throw drinks.
Yeah. Now that
Dude, it
was a
drink on the man. Man could have threw a drink back on him. Two men fighting. It would have been a good fight.
that was a feminine move. That was a little feminine.
No, I'm talking about the man that he said whatever he did with. Not let the two men fight and argue.
So let me ask you, how y'all feel about all content is good content? Like, how far are you willing to push that? For you, does it matter how good of a friend it is, or it don't matter? Like, if we cool, you're not gonna do that, or how close your relationship is with that person matter?
Check on me. Let me see it. Let me see if I'll be like, all right.
First, so you're saying, irregardless, if you fuck with them, you're gonna run and buy them. Like, yo, this is it.
It might be some stuff that it might be offensive to other people, but I might.
And if they say no, you'll just clip it.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I don't give a f about that. Yeah, put it out.
Red?
Put it out. Make the money.
I'm saying if the friendship is worth it, you know, even if it's not worth it, it's like you gotta have some type of morals as a person. Like, would you want somebody doing that to you too?
I think though you also gotta have some kind of. See, we live in a society where everything is getting canceled. So for me, it's like, yo.
But people do anything for a check. People do anything for like.
I gotta have tough skin.
Anything for attention.
I gotta have some.
Yeah, when you become a public figure.
Yeah, you gotta like. You know, there's gonna be certain when you become famous. Yeah, you can't go shopping in the mall by yourself anymore. You gotta have security.
You know what?
Certain things that
you know what you said, G's. Like, so what you said, I want to pay for that. I absolutely agree with you, but I think it's different if a random YouTuber or random podcaster had her on and she said that is different from someone you work with or someone you perceive to be your friend does it. And I think that's the difference, because I do agree. You public, people will look up all type of stuff.
Can I say something though?
Go ahead.
It's what I tell people all the time. Yo, we work together. I ain't know you before I started doing this. Are we friends? No, we work together.
That's a fact.
We are employees. We are friends because we are employed together. So we work together, and that became our friendship. Was you from me? Did I know you before this? Did we start this together? That makes a difference.
I watched a whole video about how your coworkers are not your friends, and I wanted to touch on it. Like, we're gonna do that in the future one of these episodes, because I saw that and I was like, like the points they laid out, like every single one of them was a fact, and I was like, oh shit, they probably can't be.
But men are different from women, because men know, like, nah, I work with him. Yeah, he cool. Women be like, nah, that's my homegirl. She come over for drinks and hang out until you sleep with your boyfriend or your baby father.
Sound goes crazy. So they wasn't saying it was impossible, but they was making the point that
it's a fact.
You know,
bros,
it's
we don't
not likely.
I know that because I don't know this. I don't know when I hang out. We work together, right? I don't know when we go to the club and something go off, you gonna hop in the fight, or I'm just gonna get jumped. See, when you grow with somebody,
that's different your friend, from working with somebody.
You know what time it is.
I feel you.
You don't jump in, nigga. Don't come back to the block. You know you
can hear stories at work, but that's what I always say. If I ain't hang out with you outside of work, then we first friends. Of all, we can never even be friends. First of all, that's not necessarily mean we even friends, but that's like the baseline. That's like the starting point. Bro. That's the floor for that. So
podcast is like you guys are intimate with each other.
Or for that, right?
Yeah, but we still gotta be friends outside.
I wanted to talk about, you know,